Welcome to the Nostalgia Test Podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test.
Here we are, everybody. I got a Rastafari. I got a Rasta Lion shirt on.
Dude,
Dan's gonna do a still. Put this on. Rasta Lion.
Yeah,
This is what happens when you're drunk with your boy Lee and Ange in Vermont, 7-Eleven, and you see a Rasta Lion shirt, and someone dares the other, who would wear this shirt? The answer is moi.
Is he wearing headphones?
He's wearing headphones, bro. He's wearing headphones.
That does not pass the nostalgia test.
Oh, it does. Every time I have this on, I feel Rasta.
Oh
It's
my
good.
God. Well, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Nostalgia Test Podcast. We're off to a great start. I'm Dan Dissinger here in LA. I'm here with my longtime friend and co-host Manny Coelho there in New York. Manny
Rasta Lion Coelho.
how you doing on this fine evening?
It's good. It's hot in this apartment. I live in an apartment in which they turn on the heat and it's just heat, no thermostat control.
Yeah.
So you just have windows open, like not efficient at all. So
Yeah.
I am currently wearing shorts because it's super hot in this apartment.
I mean, I'm wearing shorts because it was 84 today and it's still warm
I hate
out.
you. It's a little cold outside in New York. When I left the car, I think it was like 50 something. But anyways, I'm doing all right. I mean, living the life, living the dream,
La vida
making
loca.
beer.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time, Dan.
Wow.
So we're not thinking about
No.
today. We're thinking about then.
Wow. And we do go back in time. We are going all the way back to 1994, I believe, to today's test, which is the first Thanksgiving episode of Friends, season 1, episode 9. It's called The One Where Underdog Gets Away, the first Thanksgiving Day episode from Friends. And Manny.
So let me ask you, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You did this, you chose this one. You didn't want to do the whole season. You didn't want to do...
No.
So we're not... Can we talk about how we feel about the show? Because there's a couple tests going on here. Because then by watching this episode, you made me get into the whole first season. Because I was like, let me see. So I went back, and I gotta say, without commercials,
yes,
it's like 20-minute episodes.
Totally.
So I was able to do a couple of them and realize something about them. But anyways, I feel like I have a haircut for that era right now. I got like a 90s do going on right here. All right, I'm trying to coif this thing like old school, like road trip long hair. I'm growing this beard out for the Rasta line. But so I know we're supposed to the test is just this episode.
It's just this episode, but here's the thing. And I did go on a whole, before this, to go into trying to watch every episode of Friends when it was when it was just on Netflix. I couldn't make it through the whole series. It was just really getting difficult to watch every single episode of Friends, even though the episodes were shorter. I think after a while they just seem like they're an eternity. And
yeah.
So you went down though. How many episodes did you end up watching besides this one?
6 of them. I actually went back a couple, and then I skipped 1 or 2, and then I went ahead 1. So I saw the episode when he gets the monkey.
Oh yeah.
And the New Year's episode, which actually is a pretty good episode. But we're specifically talking about this one.
Yes, we're specifically talking about
the first Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
So they just some of them have been friends the whole time.
Yes.
Well, now, I mean, we're in the first season, so Rachel shows up the first episode.
Yeah.
So they've kind of gotten used to Rachel, but now it's like the first time they all actually have Thanksgiving together, which isn't even supposed to happen, but it just happens.
It just happens.
These group of friends just have a force that happens. Shit happens to them all the time, and they always end up having to do things together.
It just
Which
seems
I guess
like
is real
that.
life, maybe,
Yeah.
for people who don't like to say no to each other.
Yeah, they live a really weird existence with each other. But again, like, do they? I mean, it's weird to me. There are a few things in this episode where I just didn't understand how it was happening, and maybe because it was 1994, that's why. But then again, I still think for 94 there were some issues that, like, I was like, no, 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 that's impossible. That wouldn't happen. I don't think
Okay,
so.
first, it opens up with Rachel, who's still away. What is she, 20 something, 22
They're
in
supposed to
this?
be in their mid to late 20s, possibly in the mid 20s, maybe at this point, or early. I'm not
Mid
sure.
20s.
It's hard to say. Yeah.
Mid 20s. No, I would say mid to late, definitely. Mid to
Okay.
late 20s. I mean, because Chandler has a pretty good job. Not that you know what he does, but
No, no, not at all.
and so does Russ. Like Russ went to school.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
he's
a
a PhD.
doctor.
Yeah,
So this
absolutely.
guy, but he's always been older than Monica anyway.
Yeah, he's
So
always
he's
been
like
old.
the
Yeah.
oldest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah.
was married, and he had a
Right.
fucking kid.
That's right. That's right.
And he had a girlfriend that changed. The first one, she wasn't even in it past one episode. The girl who played her.
Julie?
Yeah, the wife.
Oh no, Susan. Yeah, no, no, not
Susan.
Susan. Susan. Yeah, his wife. Yeah, she didn't make it past like the first. Like, I
Yeah,
think
they
maybe
changed the.
actress.
I know because she decided that I know the actress wanted to do other things
Yeah,
and didn't think Friends was going to make it.
yeah. She also wanted to be part of the main group, and they said no, no, we're
Yeah, no, she didn't want to be part time because
Yeah.
like Ross's girlfriend slash wife slash mother baby's mom,
Yeah.
you know, only was like in 15 episodes the whole thing. So she's like, no,
Yeah,
I want a
no,
full time
no.
gig.
Yeah, I'm
All
out
right.
of there.
So first of all, we open up with Rachel begging for an advance from her boss, and she works at a coffee shop, and I'm like, wait, what? You want a cash advance to go to Vail?
But
First
wait,
of all,
she asked Alf's dad, the dad from Alf.
yes, Alf's
That-
dad, who I don't remember ever being the boss, but
No,
okay,
that surprised me. That surprised
yeah,
me. Yeah, yeah,
and he says she's a shitty waitress.
yeah.
Okay, but yet she's still there.
Yeah, I don't
Like
understand.
he doesn't care. That guy never shows up. Hardly ever shows up. The first time I ever saw him, he's counting out tips.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the day, he's counting out tips. Okay,
He's got a gambling problem, probably.
Yeah, he's like, you're a television waitress. She's like, I need a cash advance that goes swooshing, swoosh, 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 swoosh. Right? Is that what she says?
It's just shoop.
Shoop, 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 loop.
Yeah.
Loop, loop, loop. That's all I
I
can
was
think
like,
of.
wait a second. She's singing the shoop song.
All right. She's saying shoop, shoop, saying she wants to go to Vail. With
Vail.
$100?
$100.
Okay, first of all, that's not even get you the gas that you need to get to the airport. Like, what are you talking about? $100, even in 1994. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe Vail's ticket in 94, maybe $65, and I'm talking maybe. I'm talking $65 if you got it on sale at Costco.
Yeah.
Back then it was called BJ's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no way it would just cost. Okay, there was no way that it would just cost $100 on Thanksgiving. Like
she's like, oh, my parents usually pay. Then first of all, her parents are assholes. They totally cut her off because she left. She didn't want to get married. So now they're not even being nice to her. They're like, you want to come to the family trip, you got to pay for yourself. And she's like, I'm paying for myself. And she's gonna get a ticket to Vail for $100. Is JetBlue doesn't even exist at this point, does it?
No. I don't think so. There was no JetBlue in 1994, bro.
And on Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving Eve is like the most that week is like the most traveled week of all time. That's the busiest time. you're not getting a flight for $100.
No, not at all.
First of all, I take that back. The flight was $98.50. She needed $102 because she broke a glass. She broke a cup at the coffee shop.
Yeah. Okay, in 1994, according to data from the U.S. Department of Transportation, the average domestic round trip base fare in 1990 cost $288.
Yep.
So this
she ain't getting to Vail.
Yeah, is she going one way to Vail?
First of all,
how is she coming back?
I'll tell you this: JetBlue did have
1998. It was founded.
JetBlue.
Yeah.
Okay, so JetBlue, I'll tell you, they did have their best deal.
Okay.
And we did this snowboarding all the time. It was $99. I don't think $99 round trip to Denver. Not Vail.
No.
Denver.
Right.
So you got to Denver for $99 round trip.
Right.
But you had to take the fucking red eye.
Yeah.
And you then had to get a rent-a-car or get on a bus and drive through the fucking 2 to 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
White knuckle driving through the fucking Denver Pass, which if you haven't done that, you haven't lived.
Yeah.
Okay?
In the Denver airport.
You're just terrified the whole time you're driving through ice. Okay?
The Denver airport's in the middle of nowhere, dude. It's literally when you pull to the Denver airport, it's just like, where the fuck? Like, it's not like living in New York or LA when like you go to the airport, there's a whole city around it. Like, I felt like every time I went to Denver airport, I was just like, where's everything else around here? Like, it's just this thing that like
you're in the desert. You're just like in the middle of the
Colorado desert. Yeah, you're in the middle of the plains. And I remember going when I lived in Boulder, taking a bus from Boulder all the way to the Denver airport. And Vail is further than that.
Yeah.
So
dude, we used to rent a van with a ski trip, and like all of us would take turns driving. Dude, I'm talking white knuckle driving the whole time.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like you're passing trucks, semis that have to pull over. Semis that are pulled over, and there's big signs that are like chain up now. Okay. This girl's going for $100. What she's gonna do when she gets there? She ain't doing no shoop. What she's gonna do? She's gonna get there. She's gonna hitchhike to Vail, right? She's gonna get to Vail, and she's gonna have to go to another coffee shop there to even pay for coffee.
First of all, she's not even gonna get on the plane because she's gonna have to pay to check her skis.
Yeah, she had skis.
She had bags.
So I'm telling you, there was no budget airline back then.
No.
So JetBlue didn't even. Maybe JetBlue got their idea from friends and was like $98.50 to go to Vail. Oh, we could do this.
We could do this. Yeah, but not Vail. We're gonna drop them off in Denver and fuck them. Here,
First, they gotta take the red eye.
Oh.
For both ways, basically.
Oh.
You used to land at like 11 o'clock at night.
No.
And it's either you're staying in Denver or you're getting it because you're insane and you're getting in a car and you're driving in the middle of the night and you hope there's no snowstorm.
Yeah. And then you're going to wake up the next day and snowboard.
Well, that's awesome. But she ain't snowboarding because she ain't getting a ticket.
No, she's not even dressed for it.
She has to pay for a Vail ticket. Vail tickets are not cheap. Even back then, they were not cheap.
No, so like when she gets there, she can't ski. She's not getting a lift ticket. Like, how is she doing any of this?
She's walking the Vail Village, bro. She's walking. Oh, dude, people do it. They just walk.
Okay, that's fine.
They walk the Vail.
Leave
Village.
the skis home.
No, you need that. You need to pretend. You need to walk.
All we're saying is $100 is not getting her anywhere,
bro.
Even in New York. She can't even take
right there. You already knew she ain't going anywhere.
No, because no, she's not going anywhere. $100, and she doesn't have $100. Manny, she doesn't have $100.
No,
she's not paying rent. There's no way she's giving Monica any rent. When you find out in the end of the series, Monica's been living in a rent-controlled apartment that her aunt passed down to her or something.
Yeah,
that rent is nothing.
Nothing.
So Monica, you're talking about Rachel doesn't have $100? Like, get the fuck out of here. It's been 9 episodes. Like, come on. You didn't save $100? Oh my god. So like then they're in this cafe you know.
I hate this cafe. I'll tell you why I hate this cafe. I used to like it.
Anyone have
I
a
used to
job?
like the cafe. Okay. When I was younger, I thought I liked this cafe. I was like, oh, it's so cool. Now I think about it. The city and couches. I don't like couches that are shared by multiple people.
Well, no. Well, we've been through a New York that had, a whole, bed bug fucking epidemic. I'm not sitting on a shared
Dude,
couch.
we used to live at a coffee shop who will remain nameless above a coffee shop. And this is when her whole apartment got bed bugs. We used to go to this coffee shop and it was great, but like they had these kind of couches, and then I was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to sit on the couch again
No,
like that.
no. I need like chairs. Unfortunately, everything's got to look like, you go into a McDonald's. It's got to be plastic, and so you can
Yeah,
just spray it down.
you need like leather so that like you could spray it down. Like you can't have like cloth.
No,
I mean,
no.
it sucks, but
Yeah, it sucks,
it's
but I
what it
mean,
is.
whatever. I mean, but every time I see these episodes, and especially like this one, I have friends, and they're all in the cafe. I'm just curious, like, what day of the week is it? What time during what day? What time is it during the day? Why does everyone look so relaxed, and yet wearing suits and everything? So obviously they're working. It's like a work day. But what time is it that they could all just chill in this cafe like nobody's has to go anywhere?
Well, this is definitely before all like cell phones. So
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
Ross
some of
picks
them
up the
have
phone. Yeah.
some of them have cell phones, but like it's not like you're still hanging out with people, which you kind of miss right now, right?
Yeah.
You kind of miss this like let's get together at the coffee shop. Like the question is are they going to work? Are they on a break and they all live next to where they work,
Yeah.
or is it like a Saturday?
I mean, because that, well, if it's a Saturday, Ross is dressed up for a Saturday. He's got a
But
vest
he's
on, a
got to
tie.
always be dressed up.
Why?
Ross's character, or in a really bad fucking sweater.
Dude, that sweater needs to be talked about. Everyone's turtleneck needs to be taken to task. Every single turtleneck in this show has to be taken to task. All of them.
Dude, those sweaters made me sweat watching.
Dude, Ross's sweater. I think I even had a sweater like that at some point in my life, like a big chunky turtleneck. I think I've had big turtlenecks like that because
But
that
he
was a
wasn't
thing.
just but dude, yes, it was a thing. You're right. But he wasn't just wearing the sweater. He's wearing a sweater with a button-down shirt hanging out of it.
Yes. And at one point, he was wearing a button-down shirt and a shirt underneath it that had buttons as well.
Yes,
So I was like, is that two button-downs?
two
Was he
buttons.
wearing like
There
a
was a lot of
headlink or a
layers.
button? That's
There was
too
a
many.
lot of layers. I feel like they were trying to make him look bigger than he was.
Yeah, but the guys are wearing layers, where all the women were not wearing layers. Like Monica
No,
had one shirt tucked in.
sometimes you're seeing nipples. Gotta say it out loud.
What is going on? Friends?
I wasn't looking for it,
No.
but
But that's if you watch the series on Friends, like it's just like it's ridiculous.
Every other episode is a different woman who has nipples going.
Yeah, it must be like 30 degrees on the set, and if they're doing that
Well,
on
yeah,
purpose,
because
that's
the
fucked
men
up.
are wearing fucking sweaters, dude.
So the men wearing sweaters to keep warm. They put the
Yeah.
female actresses
In one shirt.
in one shirt, and they're
Yeah.
freezing to death. And it's just
Yeah.
like what for these like weird, creepy like nipple shots. Like I
I
was
don't know.
disturbed by
It
the
was
whole
weird.
thing.
But
It was
like
disturbing.
there was one time that like Monica and Ross had the same color on. And I'm like, who picked out that color scheme? Like you can't have them have the same color.
Oh man.
So, anyway, so we haven't even made it past this like
No, because the cafe sucks. I hate this cafe.
right? So she's bitching about they're all bitching about Thanksgiving. They don't have like, oh mom canceled.
Dude, Ross is the worst. He's like a
Oh my
whiner.
god. Oh my god.
Oh God.
And so mom canceled.
Yeah.
Joey's the only one that's excited because he might get a job.
Yeah, it's Joey.
We don't even find out what happens with him, but
Yeah.
Joey doesn't even he's not upset. Everyone else is like, oh my Thanksgiving's gonna suck. And Rachel's like, I need to save up money, and
Yeah.
Phoebe, she's all over the place. She doesn't even realize she can go because her mom's fiance or somebody
her boyfriend is like lunar. Oh, dude.
Right,
The
so
only
she
saving grace of that scene is Joey's jacket. He comes in, that coat is just fucking intense.
loved. I like Joey's entrances all the time. He's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But so whatever. You get the typical sitcom
Absolutely.
entrance with
Yeah.
the setup. Of course, obviously this isn't how it is,
No.
but you need to have the stage, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. So now you go to the next scene. Enter the worst dialogue.
Dude.
The worst dialogue in between two people that are so not compatible with each other that I've ever seen. Or I don't remember how bad. I'm all right. I'm not saying this actress is bad.
No, she's
I don't want
not
to
bad.
insult
No.
this actress.
No.
She did not really get great lines.
No, she got
Right.
terrible lines.
But why was she yelling?
Okay, thank you. Because I thought I was the only one that saw that, because I'm sitting there like, is she screaming at him? Like,
She was screaming the lines at him.
it was crazy. I was just like, they are in the same room, right? Like they're in like what could be maybe a 2-bedroom apartment. And she's like, yeah, I read that to the baby. I'm like, he's right there. He's right
They
there.
make us read it to become one.
I was like, first of all, they gave her horrible lines.
Horrible.
They also gave her terrible jeans. I mean,
Well, it's the 90s.
yeah, but Monica's jeans were fine. Rachel's jeans were fine. It's like
she's the comic relief of the two lesbians.
but it looks like clown pants. It looks like she's wearing clown pants, like tied with a rope around her.
She's the clown.
Which is stupid because Ross is really the clown. I mean, if anybody's a clown, it's him. Like
Well, it was supposed to be his show. Like he's the one that worked out the whole like contract to make sure that they all got paid the same amount because he didn't want to. But it was supposed to be like it was his show. Like he was supposed to be the center of the show, and then he kind of didn't want that to happen. He didn't want to like have everyone be angry at him, I guess, or something. But I know he worked out like the whole contract and how everybody got paid equally.
Dude.
At least the 6 of them. Nice. But anyways, this actress got the worst lines ever. They're yelling at each other at this point towards the end of the scene. They want to set up the fact that he doesn't like her and she doesn't like him, but they have this common thing that's happening, which is a baby is coming out, and they both want the baby to like them.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening in this episode? I'm not really even sure.
Yeah, and then Ross, like, because she makes a joke about him when, like, really all these people do, if you watch the whole series, is make fun of and are terrible to everyone around them. It kills.
This is like a less smart Seinfeld.
Exactly. No, exactly. It's a less smart Seinfeld. It's like nothing. It's like Seinfeld's like highbrow, and Friends is just like, it'd be funny if we dropped a bucket on this guy's head. It's like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like Home Alone. Like slapstick.
Exactly. Yeah.
Slapstick, like even with the skis hitting Joey. Oh, like you're like, really? You put that scene in there?
Like you need that
I don't remember that being like this. I don't remember it being so. I guess this is why it's popular, because it actually is about nothing, and it is like Seinfeld was really popular and it was about nothing, but like I felt like Seinfeld had like a lot more depth to each episode.
Like notice how like, okay, so like a sitcom, they have all these like A stories, B stories, they have all these like interweaving stories, where like in Seinfeld each one does intersect really well and they tell the stories very well. In Friends, things are happening and then it's just like, and at the end the episode's over and it's just like, and then we're done. And it's like, okay, but like what, like, I mean, this ending bothers me so much, and we'll get to it, but I'm so angry at this ending because it doesn't. It's like you're in New York. Like,
no, all of it bothers me. This episode really does bother me. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched other ones and I was like, I actually liked some of the other ones a little bit better. But this episode was like, what the fuck is this episode? Like, at the end of it, I was annoyed. But all right, so
he
yelling,
throws the flower. They scream at each other. He's going there to get a skull. Like, okay, that was weird. Yeah, you didn't even need that line.
But it's just a way to get him to get jealous that she's
Yeah.
talking to the baby and he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that scene ends with no resolution. He kills one of the flowers. That's the resolution.
And again, none of this has anything to do with Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And it's not that funny. I mean, that was probably the funniest part was when he kills that flower, because David Schwimmer is like an amazing, like, he's a great actor. He knows how to like move. He does like great like motion. So when he kills that flower, it's funny. But I mean, the rest of the scene's not that funny. You know,
No.
it's just there. And then we get that Ross's sweater, which is
I'm
crazy.
sweating again thinking about it.
Dude, and that's the thing. It's New
Especially
York,
in this
right?
hot apartment.
Right. That means she doesn't control her thermostat. They would all be dying in that apartment. She's cooking several things.
Yeah.
Monica. He's wearing a gigantic sweater. He would be sweating. Just sweating all over. I mean, is this when she's even cooking at this point? I don't even know.
No, that she's prepping. Remember, this is when like someone's like, he's like, how does the baby even hear you? And Phoebe's like, here, you could stick your head in the turkey and we'll talk to you. And then that's foreshadowing to, remember in the future, the episode that I do think I like, when Chandler says I love you to Monica, Monica has a chicken on her head.
I mean, a turkey on her head. Yeah.
So Phoebe says, you should stick your head in it and I'll talk to you. Yeah. That doesn't ever happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Chandler's joke really doesn't land. Like, I want to butter your head. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah. So then Chandler has to say why he hates Thanksgiving.
Oh, God.
But meanwhile, Rachel walks in all upset that she didn't make $98.50.
Now, how many days passed? Like 1 or 2 more days before this? Like since the beginning, maybe she had 2 days to make $100.
I'd say 1 day. Let's say 1 day.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
1 day. She thinks she's going to make $98.50
in a coffee shop.
Her friends, who I believe are assholes, aren't to her. Mm-hmm. They're really nice, apparently. Mm-hmm. Give her $100.
Yeah, in cash.
Which makes me think only Chandler and Monica gave. Like, what does Phoebe do?
She's a masseuse.
Oh yeah, so she made some money.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 of them give Rachel money.
Right.
She's ecstatic over $98.50.
But wait, can I just say this? They give her $100 in cash.
Cash.
Why didn't they just buy the fucking ticket for her? Because now where is she going to buy this ticket? This is 1994. Again, she cannot go online really to go buy a ticket.
She has to go to the travel agency down the block.
A day before Thanksgiving.
Day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna go think that.
And her family, who could have wired her the money, is still like, "Are you coming?" They're calling her, finding out if she's coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like when they gave her the $20, and it's in 520s. That's the best part. She pulls out $20, like $20. I'm like sitting there going, all right, now she has $100 cash. Okay.
Which, by the way, waste.
Yeah. She's going to pay in cash to the travel agent?
Well, she pays in cash to the travel agents, I guess, because she gets the ticket, right? She all swoosh, shoop a loop. So then you get Chandler's story. Whatever. Chandler's story, why he doesn't want to celebrate Thanksgiving is weird, because it's like, it just sounds like
yeah, it's like, grow up, bro.
I guess it's supposed to be like heartwarming in a way, because he's like, oh, my family decided to get a divorce, so now I threw it up because they told me that. But like the rest of Chandler's story is crazy. Like, isn't his dad a woman?
Yeah,
yeah. So like, and he's totally fine with that and accepted, but like can't stand that they got whatever. So I guess that's fine.
But Monica has to buy him his like bag of depression.
Yes.
A bag of Funyuns, some
Funyuns,
can of tomato soup, and grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
But you're an adult. You can't go buy that yourself. You have to have Monica go
Dude,
out and buy you
Monica,
that.
all of a sudden, first of all, Monica reminds me of somebody I know in my family who always wants to host and do everything. And if you're listening, you're probably not, 'cause you're planning to host or do something. Stop trying to please everybody.
Oh
And
my
this is what's
god.
crazy that gets missed.
Yeah.
She has her rant, But anyways, so then you see the next. So like, because there's so many people on this show, you have to have stories going on left and right, and
all over the
everybody has
place.
to have a little story, right?
Yeah.
You have little freaking Ross's thing that's going on. While Monica, by the way, is still planning dinner and nobody's helping her. Okay,
No
this
one is helping.
Phoebe maybe, but like
Yeah.
everyone else is just like, well, I'm gonna sit and like
Yeah.
Monica's like,
Like, what's
chiming in.
Chandler doing? Like, he can't help
Nothing.
you?
Yeah, he's like sitting by the door, like,
Oh,
I'm just gonna sit from afar. Like, you're an idiot.
I can't
Alright,
even
so
be near stuffing or mashed potatoes. I have to be really far. I'm gonna go look at my soup now. My
yeah,
condensed soup.
so then you see,
Oh,
Joe. You have to see Joey's whole like he's got a flirt in every scene, right?
dude.
Joey. They make him sound like he's only about looks,
Yeah.
right? But this is crazy.
This scene confuses me.
So he's in on this girl, sees her from being a cologne guy. He's like, "What are you wearing?" She says nothing. So right there, she's ready to have sex with this dude.
Right. Which is a weird line considering it's winter. She's wearing everything.
Yeah. Well, she's wearing nothing. Just little. She's not wearing perfume or also not wearing any. She's just in a trench coat. Apparently, 90s was a really big thing on trench coats. Stands up, then runs away. Turns out Joey's job that he got in the beginning of the episode is a VD commercial or VD posters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which somehow, for some reason, how much did this guy make? Because he was everywhere. This wasn't just like this. This was a PSA for VD.
Yeah.
This man didn't just get one picture taken. I mean, copied. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
Times Square billboard.
Yeah, but as much as I know about the way that industry works, is they just pay him once. He doesn't get like anything else. It's like, here's some money, and plus,
How much do you think he made?
How much do I think he made? He could.
Yeah,
I don't know,
because this is government paid, right? It's a VD announcement.
Yeah,
so like he's not making much.
They don't need to do a union, so if they maybe
I was just gonna say he's not making much.
No, he's not making anything. He
So
can't even go to Vail.
I feel for him. No, he didn't go to Vail.
No, he can't make it to Vail.
I feel for him because I feel for actors and models. Yeah. Like, you don't know that he didn't know that what he was gonna have to be portrayed. Then I was like, how stupid is this girl that she doesn't know that he's a model and that's not it, and his name's not Mario.
Dude, that's why this scene confuses me. It's like, if you live in the world, there are actors and models, right? This girl who is spraying perfume and like Joey's like, oh God, talking about her technique. It's like, God, that's the technique. But she's not doing that for a living. She's quite possibly also a model.
Yeah.
How does she not know how modeling works? It's not like they're telling the true story of the guy you're talking to and then posting that everywhere. That would be against the law. that would just be the defamation of character. Like, it's not like the other people on those posters like, oh, I had Lyme disease. It's like, really? It's like, no, man, that's a poster. It's not like you look at the Terminator poster and it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's really a cyborg from the future. Yeah. Like, what kind of world do you live in? Plus, they called him Mario. I mean, when they called him Mario, and I'm sitting there going like, okay, that's a problem. Would they just guess? It's like, oh, Joey Tribbiani, Mario.
Yeah, he's Italian. Let's call him Mario.
The most famous Italian name ever, Mario.
Yeah, and the best is that like his parents even believe it.
yeah. I mean, come on now. It's
Because
everyone
now you get the upset Joey, because now his Thanksgiving is ruined.
Oh yeah, because they don't want him in there because they think he has VD because he did a modeling job.
Yeah.
Having the disease wasn't the prerequisite.
Yeah. So like they are dumb people too.
Oh God.
Right.
I love how they got that police song. I mean that they played that song over and over and like isn't it
Yeah, and they start putting the posters everywhere as if like this whole thing of VD was going around.
Yeah, like it was the biggest thing. Like VD was spreading across New York. They're like, we really need to get this picture out quickly. It's like the hell with the rest of the diseases we have here for these.
Can you replace that poster and put this out? It was like a pandemic was going on with VD.
Yeah,
like,
and this is patient 0 right here. Let's just get him out there. Everyone,
watch out for Mario.
If you see Mario on the train, step away. Don't sit on the couch in that cafe.
Yeah, exactly. So we're back at Monica's apartment.
Yeah.
The rent controlled, huge apartment, bigger than any other apartment that I've seen in the city.
Huge.
And it has 2 bedrooms, by the way. Maybe a third.
And there's a door somewhere that never gets opened ever.
There's a bathroom door, and then there's a door in the back left that never gets open.
Yeah, and they have a balcony.
And a balcony. Rent control. Like so much bigger than Joey and Chandler's.
Yeah, why is their apartment like a hovel?
I don't know, but remember they lose that apartment.
That was the best. That was a good episode.
That was a really good episode too.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
So, anyways,
turtlenecks were huge.
Chandler's still outside. Chandler's still outside. Someone's got a turtleneck on. It's probably Ross.
Yeah.
He's asking for lumpy mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joey's upset he wants tater tots because he has tater tots for Thanksgiving apparently. But hey, maybe someone who's listening eats tater tots for Thanksgiving. And then what's her name? Phoebe all of a sudden is whipping up mashed potatoes with onions and carrots.
Yeah, onions and peas, right?
Onion and peas.
Ugh.
So everybody wants their own shit. Monica's like all over the place. She wants to please everybody.
Yeah.
Chandler runs in to talk about the runaway underdog.
Yeah, but prior to this, Rachel runs in.
Oh shit, I forgot.
And
Rachel
says, I have the ticket. It's Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving Day. She's like, I got it. It's just like,
what place was open?
Who did you buy this airplane ticket from? Did you go to the air? Like, I would say it would make more sense if Rachel's like, fuck it, I'm taking $100 and going straight to the airport. No, buy it there. Where are you buying this? And
you wasted a lot of time by buying it at the. First of all, you're paying a lot more money than $98.50 because you're now paying a travel agency to get that ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So she doesn't have the money for this. This is lies. This is lies.
Yeah.
She traded this with somebody.
Yeah.
What is happening? Where did she get this shit from?
She robbed someone on the way to travel.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just get on the freaking in a cab and go and get the ticket at the airport?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be able to afford that either because she'd have to get in a cab, pay for the cab.
Boom, right there, $20. Flat fee, $20.
And then
At least,
depending also where you're going. You're going to LaGuardia, you're going to JFK. Yeah, because it depends on where in Manhattan they are, what area you're going to. Then
no credit cards back then. You didn't pay credit card 94, did you?
In a cab? All cash. You couldn't pay in a cab a credit card in a cab, I think, in 94.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't.
What do they have that machine that?
No, I didn't.
With the paper, give you a paper receipt.
Making a carbon copy, like, all right, you get the pink slip, and I get the yellow one, and
this is real, right? You're not like that. Man, that would suck. That guy has to enter all those in at the end of the week.
There's no way that happened. There's no way that happened. Not in 94.
I don't know.
She's not going to Vail. Let's understand. Everyone needs to understand this that's listening. $100 in 1994 is not getting you to Vail. If you
should have known that right in the beginning.
Yeah,
but yet she comes back. She's already wasted more time. Comes back and she has to go get skis that somehow fit in this apartment.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And why does she have them?
I don't know.
Where is she? She just has them.
I don't remember when she got her stuff. When like first episode, she came in a wedding dress.
Yeah.
She
I
annoys me.
I hate Rachel.
Her character is annoying. Totally ridiculous that she even tried, that her whole plot line of getting to Vail is a part of this episode. It's just like so weird. And then finally, like you said, the underdog thing. The title of the episode is like when underdog gets away. We have not halfway through the episode, a little more than halfway through the episode. Finally, we're talking about underdog.
Dude, let's go back to Rachel. Rachel's families are assholes. So I'm thinking in my head. So they do this all the time. This is their Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Rachel's been kicked out of the family because she left her husband at the altar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how bad are these people that they won't even help their daughter come to Thanksgiving?
They're terrible people. We know that.
They're not nice people. Why is she rushing to go shooping with them?
Because that's all she knows is shoop.
Yeah, because I guess she's still like in that world, even because it's still the first season.
Yeah,
Like
it's only
she's
9
still
episodes.
like rich girl Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Which
Had
is crazy.
daddy girls Rachel.
Yeah.
But yet daddy wasn't really that nice to her.
No, not at all. And the funny part is like that in the beginning when she's like, "That's why I took this job." Like, like it's just like fire her now.
You're
Like,
not that great at that job.
and all she's doing is pouring coffee and getting muffins. I've never been in a cafe where like there were waitresses. I don't know, maybe some cafes, depending if there was more food involved.
Yeah.
But like if you're just talking about muffins and like cookies and coffee, I just get that myself, right?
I don't know. Now you have to get it served to you.
Well, yeah, now it's a whole other thing. I mean,
Yeah, but all right. So now Rachel's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna hit Joey with the skis.
Great comedy timing.
That was calming timing right there.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
Great
hilarious. Left track. Fucking awesome. Chandler runs in.
Ugh.
Underdog got away. Rachel's like, all right, whatever, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And they convince her to come and watch Underdog. She has to get on a flight in 5 hours. Dan.
She's in the worst predicament ever. To get from wherever they are in Manhattan to the airport, to get on a plane, to get to Vail. How are you not rushing out of there?
Why do you need to go see these? You could see that. You could see the Underdog from the street.
Plus, who cares?
Who cares? You need to go to Vail. Somebody just gave you money to go to Vail.
And the B-roll of that parade, of the Thanksgiving Day parade, was so janky. It was ridiculous. Did you see, like, it was like Smokey the Bear.
Barred it. Oh, it was terrible.
Smokey the Bear, and then like Underdog, and some like what looked like the Mineola marching band.
It was like VHS B-roll.
The B-roll was like from someone's home video. I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like,
somebody recorded over somebody's soap opera.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like 20 minutes. It's like, oh damn it.
Yeah.
How come you didn't how come you recorded over the fucking Days of Our Lives?
So they're running out and Monica says, "Got the keys?"
Yeah.
Or "Got the keys?" Got the keys? Now, I was like, that was a weird statement. I didn't remember this part. They come back down watching the most amazing thing, which is Underdog Balloon running away.
Being shot down in Washington Square Park.
Yes. Okay. So they got to see all that from the building that they live in. Now, can we recall they have a balcony in which they could have gone on?
I know.
To watch this thing.
I know.
They didn't have to go on the roof.
Exactly.
Because they've watched fireworks through this thing.
I know.
They've watched, so many things through this balcony.
Yeah.
Why did they need to go on the roof?
I don't know. I guess to get a larger look at the city, to see this balloon flying around. But I mean, the other thing is, no one in sitcoms locks their door. So I'm trying to understand in this moment, why did they lock it? If the
You
door's
know
never
what?
locked.
It's funny you say that because Chandler and Joey walk in all the time.
All the time.
Door is never locked.
Never.
Yet somebody locks it this time.
Yeah, because they're going to the roof.
Because they're going to the roof.
Yeah. All of this is flawed. Because because they run up there, and once they run up there, now hard cut to Ross trying to talk to Susan, right? That's his ex-wife. Yeah. Oh no, Carol is his ex-wife. Carol's stomach, the baby bump right there because she's pregnant. So the idea now it's your turn to talk, and he is a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
Like
weirdo.
What is the problem here?
I don't know. Well, because it goes back to what you're saying. His comedy is physical, right? So he has to be all weird, get up, look around. Like get all physical with it. So
I don't know. How do I do? I don't know. This is so weird.
I could go. I look the other way, but that'd be inappropriate. I don't know. Right. So
How is this hard? How just go? Hey, I'm your dad. Blah blah blah. I can't wait to see you. Blah, and then go. I gotta go. Like you're making it a thing, and it's weird.
Why isn't he having Thanksgiving dinner with them?
They don't like him.
Well, up until he starts singing, right?
Oh yeah. Oh right. The monkey.
That's the
song.
weirdest part. So he starts singing. The other one, who's apparently supposed to hate him.
Yeah, Susan. Yeah.
Everything goes away because the baby kicks. And
kicks like the scene in Alien when like it's like gee, they all jump back like like it was just like gonna come out and just like wave to them, hey, like
and Ross feels so special that it's his voice.
Yeah.
I guess it's good. I mean, I don't have a kid, so maybe that's you feel that special.
Yeah, we're terrible people. We don't have kids.
Yeah.
we podcast. That's what we do.
So anyway, that scene goes on. It's a wasteful scene yet again. That apartment has its wasteful scene.
No jokes.
It's terrible.
No jokes.
You know why I know that actress let's go back to this scene with just the girlfriend and Ross.
Yeah, what is her name again? Let's just make the Carol, Susan and Ross. Yeah, Susan and Ross.
Susan and Ross. Their first scene together ever in the first episode was much better when they were in the doctor's office and they were all like playing against each other. That was a good scene. This episode, not a good scene.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
They get down. Now they're locked out. And Rachel and Monica have a scene.
Yes.
They're back and forth yelling at each other. No, you said this. No, you said bring the keys. Got the keys? And I said, got the keys? Whatever. They go off. Rachel starts to go off. Now, when she's going back and forth complaining about how everybody was complaining, Monica's complaining about everybody. Rachel's all upset because she missed a flight. Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I should be watching this. Like, little comedy there. And Monica gets on her soapbox by standing up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Okay. There was some real big breakdown going on.
Yeah.
It ends weirdly.
Yeah.
They're not nice to each other.
No. They
she's
don't like
having an actual breakdown. The door gets open, and Chandler's like, Monica, you finished there? I mean, the door's open. Open the door.
He also says only dogs can hear you now.
Yeah. Hey,
Monica, these two end up getting married. Spoiler alert for Friends. Like they become a couple. He was shitty, and he is the worst person on the show, besides like Rachel.
Dude, Monica's having a breakdown.
Yeah. Well, she should be. Her apartment should be on fire.
And where's the smoke alarm?
Dude, I thought the same thing. Guess what? When I lived in New York, anytime I cooked, guess what happened? The fucking smoke alarm went off.
Maybe they unplugged it. That's why.
The whole apartment.
Was that in a prior episode?
When they turned the smoke alarm. Yeah, episode 8.
Was there any continuity? where they
Zero.
shut off the smoke alarm because they walk in, the whole apartment is full of smoke,
like filled with
but
smoke.
nobody like hugged Monica,
No,
saying like how she did everything to make this right.
totally. No,
Nobody.
no.
Rachel's all upset, yet they're the ones that gave her the money for the fucking ticket.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be even thinking about shooping.
No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, she'd be working that day because I'm sure the cafe was open.
Yeah. So, whatever. So now, the best part, dinner's ruined.
But wait. Why do Joey and Chandler have so many keys?
Yeah.
If they have an extra key to their apartment,
me
shouldn't
ask
it
you
be
this.
labeled like Rachel and Monica's apartment?
So now,
Oh, God.
Thanksgiving is ruined.
It's totally ruined.
They're all mad at each other.
Yeah.
They're all moping.
I
There's
love
a lot
how
of moping going on.
Yeah, I love how Ross just walks into a cloud of smoke, being like,
This doesn't smell like Mom's.
It's like, dude, why don't you ask if Monica's okay? Her apartment is almost burned to the ground.
Yeah, your sister had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, she needs to be brought to the hospital.
Okay?
Yeah.
She had a breakdown and none of her friends gave a shit.
No, they just started yelling at her.
Yeah, and then Chandler goes, now this is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I hate him. I would punch him in the mouth.
Okay. So now they're all just moping around. So then ugly naked guy who they stalk.
Dude, they have problems.
Okay. They stalk ugly naked guy.
Yeah.
And realize that he, they're all staring and they're like, oh, ugly naked guy has ugly naked girl.
Yeah,
and
they're so mean.
Yeah. And at least they have each other. And then they all have a moment.
Which is so weird. Like, they bond over being perverts. Then they stare and they make fun of the guy. Then they make fun of a woman they don't know, just some woman that happens to be there.
Sure.
And then they're like, oh, they have each other. And they look at each other like, we suck. Let's hug.
And then you see like Chandler like fist elbows Monica's like shoulder, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and like Joey and Ross hug.
Yeah.
I don't know what Phoebe and Rachel do. They just like look at each other.
Yeah.
And then for some reason in New York City on Thanksgiving,
New York City,
they go, instead of getting food or ordering food, because even back in 1994, you were able to get delivery, and there's no place is not going to be. It's not Christmas, okay?
And even on Christmas, if you learned anything from the movie A Christmas Story, you could at least get Chinese food.
Yes. So it's Thanksgiving. You can definitely go to the bodega down the block and go get something. At the very least, right? Maybe the buffet down the block, right? Some place has better food than this.
Fridays.
No, they choose to fucking Flanagan's. So they choose to go to Chandler's goodie bag of his horribleness. Okay.
Bag of depression, dude.
Bag of depression, canned soup, grilled cheese.
How many soups do you think there were? Do you think they had to share one can?
Why was there? That's what I was saying. There was a lot of grilled cheese for one man.
A lot of it.
Yeah. So then they're having the poorest meal. Maybe because they had no more money left because they gave it all to Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. That I would be the most angry at.
So whatever. The episode ends kind of like that. Now I'm thinking in my head. He
cuts the grilled cheese sandwiches.
He does. And they split the grilled cheese like a wishbone.
Yeah, because he couldn't cut all the way through them. Apparently, then like Monica and Joey had to pull one apart.
She wants to split it. So then I'm thinking, after watching this episode, I'm like, was this a fucking sitcom? Some people have compared this to The Office. No. If you ever fucking compare this to The Office, you're crazy.
I mean, and that's the thing, like, I'm more of a Parks and Rec person when it comes to those two shows, but this was not funny.
No.
And it gets even more depressing because then Chandler has to make a depressing speech about like, oh, you know how your trip got fucked up and Joey's family hates him and Monica, you know whatever, your kitchen almost burned to the ground and Phoebe, like poor Phoebe, she's got the most tragic life. Over the course of this series, you hear more and more about all the
Yeah,
tragedy that's ever happened to Phoebe. She lived on the street. Like she like you could make a drama from Phoebe's life, and it could be like a 1 hour drama series for like, you know, God knows how long.
sure.
And then, and he's like, well, then we wouldn't be all together. And I'd be like, bro, I'm sitting here eating grilled cheese
Yeah.
and condensed Campbell's tomato soup. Monica's a chef. Why she has no spaghetti around? Why doesn't she have like anything else in there?
Yeah, why isn't pasta a thing?
Yeah, they can't boil some water, throw some spaghetti, and like throw some like, I don't know, anything on it.
Pasta. Somebody has pasta.
Were they eating the Funyuns? Were the Funyuns in that bowl? Because there was a bowl on the table, and I was like,
There was
"What's in that
definitely
bowl?"
Funyuns there, dude. They basically took Chandler's. They took Chandler's meal. And that's what they were using. That was the whole joke. And I don't know what the fuck they were drinking.
Now, if you have something to drink, then go out and get something to eat.
Bro, somebody could have gone downstairs, maybe bring the key, make sure you don't lock the door. But they could have just gone somewhere else. Ross's parents are assholes too, because where did they go?
Puerto Rico. Well, they're adults. They're like, "Fuck it, I want to go away." So you know, whatever. But like, then just do something. Call your ex-wife and be like, "Hey, we had there was an accident. You mind if we like share your Thanksgiving Day? I know it might suck, blah blah blah." I mean, why not do that?
Grilled cheese.
No, we're gonna have grilled cheese, and not just cheese. Like the cheese is the gross cheese. Like it's just no. This is
I don't
depressing.
know, man. This episode was terrible.
This is
I'm
depressing.
depressed talking about it right now.
And the
It wasn't
funniest,
fun.
but
None of it. It was like, what was the funniest moment to you?
the last thing that happened when Joey goes to the picture in the subway on Bleecker and attempts to rip off all the things, and it like is a different bet. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse, and it's like
Yeah, like
three-time Tony.
hemorrhoids and all that stuff. But yeah, and it ends with what is it?
Three-time Tony Award winner,
Yeah,
something like
that
that.
was
Yeah,
that was that was slapstick or
yeah,
whatever.
that was the
Hey,
best scene.
yeah,
That was the best scene in the whole
yeah.
fucking episode.
Anyways,
Happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy fucking Friendsgiving. Why was this show a hit as much as it was?
Dude, people love this show, and they still
Dude,
do.
I loved this show.
See, that's the thing. See, we're gonna have to do. I think we're gonna have to do a friends roundtable. I think because this is a big deal. Because this show, not that it needs to be taken to task, but like there needs to be some truth telling about like why, if this was good or not. Because I don't know.
Well, I mean, based on this episode, it's not. But I mean, I watched like the Christmas one with the New Year's. That was
Yeah.
all right. It was pretty funny.
There's the episode of Rachel's birthday episode where they have the two parties. Rachel's dad like is in Chandler's apartment, and Ross has to run back and forth and do all this crazy stuff, and that's a good.
Yeah, I
episode.
mean, dude, there's definitely some good ones, and like there's one where like Brad Pitt shows up, and they have like the Hate Rachel
That's
collab.
not a good episode.
Like the thing is like, man, I don't want to rate this. I know we're just rating this episode, but the show is so. I don't understand why it got so popular. I understand why it was considered funny, and like it was just basic level funny. Like you can't compare this. There was one guy. I remember I was following somebody, and they took a picture. An artist, put all these characters together, and they were playing hockey against each other.
Right.
And it's Ross and Michael Scott, and like all the other players are the different. And people are like, you can't put those two shows together. Like
No.
They're not even in the same category. Like
Yeah.
Office would be like Parks and Rec, or going against like Seinfeld.
Well,
You're talking about
The Office has to
different
go.
humor.
Plus, The Office has to go against other single cam shows. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Friends is a multicam. So
what do you put Friends against? Like 2.5 Men?
well, I think you have to put Friends against something like a 2.5 Men, or you put it against, I don't know, Everybody Loves Raymond, or you put it against Martin. Like, you put it against like things like that, living
fucking
single.
Martin was great.
Oh, Martin would blow the
against
show out of the water.
Put against like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Anything, I feel like you put it against a sitcom that was on in the evening, possibly in a multicam sitcom. And I think Friends just became a whole cultural thing because they had the thing about Friends is this, and like if we go into Friends deeper, which I think we'll probably end up doing, like Seinfeld and like also another show, which when you rewatch, being like, what the fuck is this show? How I Met Your Mother. They have running gags throughout the whole series, so it becomes it becomes pop culture, like in the pop culture lexicon. I mean, the thing no one's gonna see it, but that thing that they do with the like to say "f you" with like they bang their fists together, like that becomes a thing. Anything that becomes a thing. Rachel's haircut, that haircut then became a thing. So Friends just started this whole like phenomenon.
Pivot.
First of all, that show is quite possible. That episode's funny though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not putting that to task, but I don't understand what I guess going back to it now, I don't understand why we loved it so much. Now that you're saying it, maybe because it was such like a cultural thing that was happening then that you just went with it, and like everybody was talking about it, everybody's watching it. I got into How I Met Your Mother after, and I watched those shows like on Netflix. And then I understand, like it's kind of like that. I don't think How I Met Your Mother got such a following as much as Friends did. Like it did in a way, but like Friends hit so much harder.
And I think it's because also it's 1994. Not that like what else was on in the 90s, but like the sitcom itself like was such a big deal. And you could ride the coattails of Seinfeld because it's in New York and it's another sitcom about New York. And then also like you had these dumb shows that used to be on like 30 something or whatever like that. They're trying to re-up this idea of like these young kids like hanging out in New York, blah blah blah, younger like professionals or whatever. But when you really look at it, it's just irrational. Like everything that we know about New York, like for real, the New York that they're writing about doesn't exist. I believe much more the New York that Seinfeld is in, even though it's crazy. It seems more. And it sounds so weird to say that something that was like shot on a set, like both of them, is a more authentic representation of New York. But like the way it was in Seinfeld, I believe that to be more New York because the characters are so charactery and the things that happen to them were so like New York kind of things. Where Friends is like, hey, let's go to the cafe and like bullshit forever. And then like, Joey should be out there trying to figure his career out every day. He shouldn't be going to a cafe and paying for coffee.
No.
Like, you should be eating ramen every day.
Yeah, okay. You know what? So, yes, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we will be putting the whole thing. I mean, everybody probably knows what the hell we're going to be talking about. I guess we could highlight certain episodes in that episode. But you guys let us know what we should do about putting the whole Friends to task. But right now, let's talk about Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this episode. I would say
the first of the many Thanksgiving episodes that Friends does create.
This is by far one of the worst episodes of television. I wouldn't even fucking say it's nostalgic. Fuck you. This shit is take off your pants and jacket. Three Musketeers candy bar episode bad.
Yes, it really it's City Guys theme song bad. I mean,
I'm angry and I want to have a Thanksgiving dinner about it and argue over it. Let's do this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Zoom you tomorrow on Thanksgiving after this comes out. No, after this is dropping the day before Friendsgiving.
Yeah, it comes out on the 20th.
Let's Zoom on Friendsgiving. I'm gonna you get grilled cheese, I'll get a grilled cheese. We'll split it.
Okay. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
What'd you wish for? The bigger piece.
Like what? I have to agree with you, Manny. This was not a good. It wasn't even nostalgic, and I would say, even though Friends is like a weird series where like a lot of things came out of it and whatever, but it's. I feel like it's a hit or miss sometimes with them. But like this episode, I don't even really remember that much. I don't even know. And when I rewatched it, I was just like, I don't even know where the jokes are.
Shoop.
Yeah, the Shoop and I guess the biggest
there was
joke,
no big hit.
no,
joke.
I guess the biggest joke to me though, and it probably wasn't to anyone else has saw it, is that Rachel was going to get to Vail with $100 round trip and ski and pay for a cab.
And JetBlue was started after this.
Yeah, JetBlue, 1998.
Boom. 98.50. Go to Vail.
Manny.
All right.
That was.
Listen, guys.
You guys, let us know what you think. Do you remember this episode? If you remember this episode of season 1, episode 9 of Friends, and you have a different opinion, we'd love to hear it. Let us know. Rate, review, share the podcast, share this with your friends on Thanksgiving. Sit down together on Friendsgiving and listen to this episode of the podcast.
Listen to us tear a hole and destroy your childhood on the first episode of. I want to know what everybody thinks is the best Thanksgiving episode of Friends.
Yeah, I mean, I have my opinion, but even Thanksgiving episodes are fun. Unfortunately, this one isn't one of them. But
no, I was mad that you made me fucking sit and watch this shit. That's why I had to watch the other episodes, because I was like,
yeah,
this can't be the show. I was like, this can't be the show. Like, if this was the pilot, they wouldn't have fucking made it through.
Dude, did you watch the pilot?
Yeah, it was great.
Isn't it insane? It's too dramatic. It's super
crazy.
Dramatic.
She shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, the best line in that is she's like, oh, I left the wedding. First of all, she's in the city. I guess rich people from Long Island they only come to the city to have a wedding. So she's like, the only person I could think about that lives in the village is you. And Rachel's like, Monica's like, so you left the wedding that I wasn't invited to? Like,
oh, God.
Bitch. She doesn't even invite who she says is her closest friend.
Yeah. Terrifying. All right. Well, people, thanks for listening.
That's the one time that they're all nice, though.
That is the one moment that
because they're like, they take on Rachel. All right, you're the next friend. You know, although like Ross, of course is like, yeah, I don't remember you, although I'm like creepily in love with you. But like, and I love how Monica's like, you remember Ross, my brother? Like, they were best friends growing up. What are you? But
they're also not like 80 years old. This isn't 100 years in the future. This is like what?
This is not like.
This is like 7 years, maybe. Because they saw each other in college, which means Ross went to grad school and then a PhD. So I said 5 years, maybe.
You remember Ross, right? No.
Yeah. No. Ross. Who the hell's Ross?
Yeah. What are you talking about? This is not like a friend you stopped being friends with at like in second grade. You were friends with her throughout high school.
So you got a mind wipe. It's just like goodbye. Like what? I hate her.
Remember Ross, right? My brother Ross.
Yeah, you remember Ross and me. Do you remember me?
It's terrible.
It was 5 years ago. All right, people. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day.
We're super grateful, for you, our audience. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. And we hope that, you keep coming along, share the podcast with other people, rate, review our podcast, join the mailing list. Let's get this nostalgia revolution going. And
And that's it. Hit that button. Hit that cue. Boom.
Boom. Boom. Subscribe.
Dan doing his little giving and thanks.
Giving thanks to his followers. Give thanks. Give thanks to the followers and to the audience. Well, everybody, we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter @NostalgiaTest and on Instagram @TheNostalgiaTest. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.